Imagine working your very first real job as a teenager, showing up on time, working hard, earning respect from your bosses and customers, only to be humiliated and fired because of how you looked. That happened to me. But years later, I got the sweetest revenge on the CEO who signed off on it. And the best part? I didn't have to lift a finger to hurt him. I just let my success speak for itself. If you've ever been underestimated, disrespected, or made to feel small by someone in power, this story is for you. Hit that like button, subscribe if you love true stories of revenge, and get ready. Because this one is a roller coaster of injustice, betrayal, and the most poetic justice I could have ever imagined. My name is Daniel. I was 16 years old, living in a small town where there weren't many opportunities for teenagers. If you wanted a job, there was pretty much one place to work, the local grocery store. It wasn't glamorous, but to me, it was gold. My first shot at independence. I stocked shelves, cleaned floors, and eventually earned trust. By the time I graduated high school, I was promoted to evening manager. That meant running the entire store at night, reconciling sales, locking up, even taking deposits to the bank. For a teenager, that level of responsibility felt huge. And I loved it. My store manager respected me, and even the regional manager saw potential in me. The grocery chain itself was owned by a wealthy oil man. He was older, kind, and beloved. Employees loved when he visited. He shook hands, thanked people, treated us with respect. But he was retiring, passing the company to his son-in-law. That's when the atmosphere shifted. Suddenly, more corporate good OL boys started dropping in. And one of them, this smug higher-up, took one look at me and decided I was a problem. Why? My hair. Like most 90s teenagers, I had grown it out. My regional manager asked me kindly to keep it neat, maybe tie it back when I was on shift. No problem. I respected him. But this other guy? He didn't care about rules, only about appearances that matched his world. A week later, the storm hit. I had just cut my hair short and pierced both ears. I'm running the register when this higher-up strolls in with paperwork. He looks at me, manager on duty, and sneers. You? You couldn't be in charge. Our company would never put someone who looked like you in charge. I froze. Customers were watching. My heart hammered, my face flushed. I asked him what he meant. He leaned in. You look like a girl with those earrings. Take them out. There's no place for that here. I defended myself. Calmly. Respectfully. There's no company rule against earrings. I've been managing this store for years without issue. He didn't like that. Right there, in front of customers I saw every day, he reprimanded me for talking back. Then he stormed out, pulling out his phone as he left. Minutes later, the store phone rang. It was my regional manager, apologizing. That corporate bully was determined to make my life hell. The following week, my schedule looked strange, Saturday morning shift. That wasn't my usual. I walked in and saw my regional manager sitting in the office. His eyes told me everything. He sighed, almost ashamed. I'm sorry. I have to let you go. They're calling it insubordination. I was stunned. Years of spotless work. Trusted with the store. Loved by customers. And now? Gone. Because I wore earrings. I remember standing outside afterward, staring at the building I'd poured myself into. My stomach twisted with rage, humiliation, confusion. This wasn't just a job, it was my identity. And they ripped it away with a smirk. I told my dad I wanted to file with the EEOC. He hesitated, but I was determined. This wasn't just about me, it was about fairness. So I called. And the woman at the EEOC office? She told me I had a case. When I reached out to corporate, I even got the CEO, the son-in-law himself, on the phone. I pleaded for a chance to share my side. He brushed me off, called me a brat, and said I disrespected his administrator. That was it for me. I thanked him and hung up. If they wanted a fight, I'd give them one. The EEOC moved fast. They filed paperwork for wrongful termination, and soon I was receiving paychecks equal to 6 months of my salary. It was surreal. Fired for nothing, yet getting paid to study in college without working a single shift. But the company wasn't done. They sued me. They wanted that money back. I sat on my bed in my college apartment, phone pressed to my ear, listening to their attorneys argue. The CEO himself was on the line. My professors had written glowing statements about my work ethic. My managers defended me. The judge had a copy of the employee handbook, no mention of appearance rules. Finally, the judge cut through the noise. This is petty. Your legal costs already exceed what you paid him. He keeps the money. I exhaled. Relief washed over me. I had stood up to corporate power and won. Years passed. I got another job, this time in retail electronics. HD TVs were the new big thing, and I became the go-to guy. Customers trusted me. I loved it. One day, a sweet older couple came in. I helped them pick out the best setup, answering every question. They insisted I was the most knowledgeable, trustworthy salesperson they'd met. As I wrote down their info for delivery, my stomach dropped. Their last name. I knew it. The former owner of the grocery chain. The kind man everyone respected. And it hit me. His son-in-law, the CEO, would likely hear about me again. Not long after, he did. The CEO himself walked into the store. He asked for me by name. I shook his hand. My chest tightened, but I kept my composure. He thanked me, said his in-laws thought highly of me, and I had done great work. I smiled, professional but calm. Then I pulled out a business card. Greg Hamilton, I said. So happy I could help today. I take pride in what I do. His eyes flicked to the card, then to me. I watched the recognition dawn on his face. His jaw tightened, his eyes lingered. He remembered. The kid he fired for earrings. The brat he dismissed without a thought. And here I was, successful, respected, the very opposite of what he claimed I could be. He walked away slowly, but not before turning back, one last look in his eyes. A silent admission that he was wrong. That moment wasn't loud. No shouting. No revenge plot with flames and fury. It was quiet, subtle, but devastating for him. Because the best revenge isn't ruining someone's life. It's showing them the life you built in spite of them. And in that moment, standing tall with my name card in his hand, I knew he finally understood. Revenge doesn't always have to be destructive. Sometimes, the most powerful form of justice is forcing someone to face the truth about who you really are and how wrong they were about you. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button right now. Drop a comment. Have you ever had someone underestimate you, only to regret it later? And of course, subscribe for more true stories of revenge, karma, and justice served cold.